Can we sit here as a company and say that some property value around a project is not going to be affected, or no property value? No. And to your point, sir, I cannot say whether or not a home value in a project area, I won't sit here and say that no home value in a project area would be adversely affected, because certainly someone's desire to move into an area could be adversely affected by that.
I sold a farm that was 100 acres in Orangeville, and according to what I got for it, I believe that I lost around 100 grand on that farm.
I lost $120,000 on my home, which sat on the market for years, and couldn't get a buyer for it.
In the beginning, when they first came around, I thought that the possibilities could be good for the area and the area, but after experiencing and seeing it, I'm not thinking it's the same anymore. It's and my first wife, we had problems because we fought about the noise and the problems, and I think it was a little bit of an issue and conflict between us why that didn't work out. So I don't think they can help in family relationships that where people have different opinions on that stuff.
She's kind of given up on going to the town meetings. She doesn't feel that we're being represented fairly, and she's starting to feel that she's powerless to change what's going on. I, on the other hand, I still say I was here first. I built my house here, and now Fenner Planning Board decided that these were the best things for town of Fenner, and here we are. Now, if I could add one thing, this is the worst part, that I got a bad taste in my mouth, because myself and a few others that are still here that owned their homes before this farm was built, I feel that the whole of town of Fenner benefited from these wind generators tax-wise, but my family, we suffered the consequences. I mean, most of town of Fenner lives nowhere near these. They don't have to deal with the towers and the noise. And, well, the traffic's diminished now over the years, but that used to be quite a bit. They don't have to deal with the flicker effect, and they enjoy the benefits of the tax breaks, whereas we get the dirty end of the stick.
I'm gonna think there ain't gonna be much more than a handful, if that. And I don't know how many thousands of acres these encompass this project, but I think you'll find it it's going to be pretty minimal. I think you're going to see that elsewhere too. In my personal opinion, I think they need to invest their time and energies into other sources of energy.
Developers of industrial wind energy projects will all say that property values do not decline when their turbines are installed. They like to cite one particular study that assessed property taxes before and after development and concluded that property values remained unchanged because taxes did not go down. The data on home sales tell a very different story. Estimates from around the world suggest that properties in proximity to turbines lose 25 to 40% of their value. The scenery around a property is a very important component of its value. It seems strange that the same zoning regulations that limit residential structures to 2.5 stories would allow towers 40 stories high just 1,000 feet away from people's homes.
The first thing you realize when you start selling real estate is that value is determined by numerous factors. location, size. But certainly in our market, the one factor that stands out the most is going to be views, whether it be lake views or valley views, but certainly mountain views that go for miles and miles.
Also remember that the value of a property and its saleability are two entirely different things. While the view of turbines will reduce property values, the noise they produce will make some properties impossible to sell. A lot of people may decide to move if this project goes forward. The question is, will they be able to sell their homes? Maybe they will, but they are going to lose some money. We should remember that we are talking about people's homes here, in most cases, the biggest investment a family has.
These deeds reflect amendments that basically are set up to hold the wind companies harmless from noise issues, from view restrictions. These are the same nuisances that we hear the wind companies say that will never happen. So they're placing these amendments to a deed for something they say never occurs. Two specific cases here in these deeds, one property sold through the fire sale 80% less than the fair market value, and in the second deed was a little over 50% less than the fair market value. So to say, does it appear that the presence of wind turbines are going to affect property values? Absolutely. People that were specifically interested in purchasing property that were within the view shed or a targeted piece of property never got to the stage where they were interested in making so much as an offer. Once they understood that the possibility of the wind turbines might exist there, they didn't have any further interest in that area.
Sure, a few families will generate some income from this industrial development, but what about the permanent reduction in property values for the rest of the county? Is this the kind of growth we really want?